proof that we're living in the future now. It's an AI neural network that's basically based off like Google Images. Mm-hmm. So what it does is it uses AI to look at an image, and then it redraws it in HD textures. So they're using this to remap a bunch of old school games with HD textures. Yeah. So if you look, like this is like pixel art type stuff. Yeah. That's like the original art, and then after they put it through the pass, it turns it into like painting style.
Wow.
Yeah, like there's this couple of these are just really impressive, like the way that they can scale them up. You know, I mean, from like
what game is this? Is this something of Mana?
This one is Nearest Neighbor, I think. These are all from a game called Nearest Neighbor, but it's like you can see pixel art and then now it's painted. And this one's like from an old school game. They're just retexturing with HD textures now. They just run it through this filter. So that's like a thing that all these people are now like. If you can reskin Doom or whatever, it's like a mod for all these old school games that you can just like download the HD texture packs.
That's really cool.
And yeah, I know. I was super impressed. I'm like, we're living in the future.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of technology.
Like, that's ridiculous.
I had a feeling that something like this was going to turn up eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember your grandpa was like, "Can you enhance a photo?" And I'm like, "We're not living in the future. I can't just enhance." But then,
when did he ask you that?
We are a couple months ago, and that's how I kind of found out about this because I was looking for Google image enhancement. That I was like, I don't think you can do that.
I think this is basically just kind of like a lookup table for basic corrections. Well, I mean, this is a lot. That is kind of like has a lot to do with sharpening and clarity and stuff, and it's like changing.
It sounds like it's intelligently like adding more.
Right. Well, it's like one of the things. It's like a lookup table. It's like if that, then this, or whatever. Like if these artifacts are here in these pixels, then this is what needs to happen. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I mean. Is like you're. I mean, yeah. It's just creating more contrast. In the deep dark shadows, in the highlights, but then also like in the midtones.
It's almost like
it's just a lot more shading because look how deep the blacks are, right? And then look how much more white. Look at the difference even in color. It's like you have a lot brighter whites in some areas and a lot deeper shadows, right? But then you also have that separation in midtones.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
So if you wanted to be accurate, talking to whose grandpa was it? Or yeah, I mean, you could have said yeah.
Well.
You could always. Is it a digital image or is it?
No, it was So he wanted me to find a tower. He took a picture from an airplane in like I don't know, way back. Oh, really? And so, like, it was back when he was in the army or whatever or something, and he's like, there was a tower, and I took a picture of it, and you can see it in there, and I wanted to prove to them, because they don't believe me that there's this water tower there. Yeah. And it's like, he's like 2 miles up in the air with an old school, super low-res picture, and I'm like, you want me to turn this speck into a water tower for you? I mean, I can't. I'm not a magician, sir.
Yeah, give it another 60 years, maybe.
Maybe, and that's the thing.
The only problem is like if the artifacts really aren't there. Like if you really, because you could always just scan it in,
right?
And then you could always scan it in and then enhance it digitally. Yeah, and it's just like
that's what I tried to do to the best of my ability, but it's just.
If you're talking about a speck, like if you're talking about a couple pixels. With it, you know what I mean? It's kind of like
right. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, it's not. We're not there just yet. Because I mean, if you look at some of the faces on these, there's like the occasional like, if it's super low res, they will butcher those faces because it's like that's the best they can do with these. Yeah, they're not the best sometimes, but you know what I mean. It is what they do what they can with what they.
Progress.
Yeah, exactly. It's still impressive.
Well, I think you just need to go in and then you almost need to like remap the textures and stuff, or at least basically remodel new models. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's how they did the RE2 remake.
Yeah.
Just rebuild the whole thing from the bottom up.
Oh, yeah.
And they should do it a lot more with other games.
I'm just happy that this is a thing now. That like now you can go and download mods for your old games, and it's like you remember them with nostalgia vision, and you go back and you're like, oh. But when you go back, it's like your nostalgia vision has come to life. You're like, oh, this looks like I remember it.
And nostalgia sells, man. It really sells.
It does.
People love it. I love it.
Yeah.